All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Kol Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, Great Millstone, who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you, sincere Akim, out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, Adawan Ratazah, this be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Kwadash. And this popped up in my news feed. As you can see, it's from Wayan. And the video is entitled Citigroup Slashes 430 Jobs in New York. Restructuring. All right, so and as you can see, the thumbnail says Citigroup announces layoffs. I'll read the description. It says Citigroup is undergoing a significant restructuring effort, and that's the code word. That's the new buzzword that a lot of these companies are using now. All of a sudden, you know, that's the word that's being thrown around the work and the job, the the as far as works and jobs in these companies, that everybody's all of a sudden doing a whole bunch of restructuring with quotation marks, you know, and why are they doing all this restructuring? Because they're not making any money for whatever reason it is. Which this this video led me to an article, made me do my due diligence on Google. I found an article going into allegedly why all these layoffs are happening, some of the reasons, which we know it's all by design by the wicked elite. Okay, Hegelian dialect, order ad chaos. They're bringing the squeeze. All right, it's all by design. And besides, like I always say, nothing is moving in Babylon. Nothing's moving. All right, the economy is coming to a screeching halt. And it's causing these owners to take reevaluate their workforce. In return, in a long story short, they're gonna lay you off. Okay, they're gonna trim the fat wherever the fat can be trimmed. Okay, that's the sentiment, that's the vibration in the earth as far as in the workforce. A bunch of restructuring, i.e., layoffs. So it says Citigroup is undergoing a significant restructuring effort with layoffs hitting hard in its New York divisions. A total of 430 employees are set to lose their jobs, primarily impacting Citibank, which will see 363 positions eliminated. This move is part of Citigroup's broader strategy to streamline its operations and enhance performance. So again, I saw this in my news feed, and I had to do a quick little lesson on it because I'm always reporting on the layoffs. And if you're keeping track, are you keeping track? Are you adding everything up? Are you adding up everything is coming to a head? You know, if you're keeping track for yourself, you can see the narrative that the mainstream media is pushing is a lie. Okay, it's a big lie. We are not in good standing. The economy is not in good standing, whether it be domestically or globally. Okay, because this is a global thing, a global collapse. You know. So this is an article that I found from News 18, and it's dated April 1st, 2024, and it says why tech layoffs are still continuing in March 2024, which industries are recession proof. The only industry that's recession proof is going to be the military industrial complex. Okay? That's the only industry that's going to survive this collapse. Okay? Pretty much. You know? Because as I'm going to read Isaiah 19 and 15, there's about to be no work for Egypt. The grinding is coming to a screeching halt, and you can clearly see it if you've been keeping track, measuring the time diligently in itself, doing the math. Everything is coming to a head. Everything is tallying up, and it's taking its toll. So it says cost cut, restructuring. There goes that word again, restructuring. That's the new buzzword. Cost cutting, restructuring, revenue growth, investor cost cutting, restructuring, revenue growth, investor pressure, and rise of AI and automation. Salakia, gotta sneeze. Salakia. Salakia. Cost cutting, restructuring, revenue growth. Oh man, Satan. Every time you try to do a lesson, here comes Satan. Salakia. Cost cutting, restructuring, revenue growth, investor pressure, and rise of AI and automation are major reasons behind companies laying off their staff. Are there industries which seem limited? Are there industries which see limited layoffs? Let's find out. A CEO of a technology company fired hundreds of employees over a phone call. A CEO of a technology company fired hundreds of employees over a phone call. Yeah, you had that. That's the trend. You got a lot of quiet firing with these jobs. That's where the company is making working conditions basically unbearable, doubling, tripling your workload. Same pay, or they're making certain. You might have to work mandatory 6 days a week now. Have to come in on the day off, or they might even start cutting your hours. Now you're not. Now you're down to 30 hours a week, maybe. Maybe you're working 4 days a week now. You're not getting your hours. Instead of firing you, they're making your working conditions unbearable, forcing you to quit, and that way they won't have to pay you unemployment. Okay. You also had, I think it was a car manufacturing company, and they told basically a bunch of their workers, it was a large number too, to stay home. They were going to have a mandatory Zoom meeting or whatever. They wanted everybody to attend it, so they gave allegedly everybody the day off. And then when everybody attended the Zoom meeting, the meeting was to let them know that they have been released. They've been relinquished of their duties, i.e. fired. So that's the vibration that's in Babylon, in the world. All these companies are so-called restructuring, trimming the fat. Why? Because the economy is not doing good. The economy is struggling. So it says a CEO of a technology company fired hundreds of employees over a phone call. This news is nothing new, as several IT companies have been on a firing spree since November 2023, and unfortunately, the trend is still continuing in March of 2024. And again, it's not just limited to the tech sector. Okay? Big mom and pop stores are going out of business. Big pharmaceutical retail branches, CVS, Walgreens, closing up shop. Walmart's closing up shop. Target's closing up shop. Macy's, malls going under. Trucking companies going out of business. Where do I begin? Where do I stop? It says tech giant Google has warned its employees to brace for more layoffs as Alphabet removed thousands of its staff across different platforms in the first weeks of 2024. companies going under, banks going under, you know? Apple, Amazon, Meta, Dell, Ericsson, Cisco, SAP, among other tech companies have been cutting staff for a few months now. Let's look at all the reasons in detail on why these companies have been laying off employees. It says cost-cutting measures. The tech companies have pared hundreds and thousands of jobs, have cited reasons such as cost management, overstaffing during pandemic, and challenging markets for downsizing. And that's really the two key factors. All right. We always mention how this economy is hyperinflated. It's a big bubble, and it should have popped. It should have popped years ago. Okay, but they've been kicking the can down the road with certain things such as quantitative easing, bailouts. A major thing was those PPP loans. Also, what came right behind the PPP loans, stimulus packages that falsely inflated the economy, kept the economy going. A lot of these companies thought, America was going to be great again. They thought good times were on the horizon again. So a lot of them beefed up their staff, expanded, if they built, me and the brother were talking about it. They had the mantra, if they build it, they will come. A lot of construction was going up, They kept manufacturing cars, EV cars, brand new cars. Again, the thought process was, if they build it, they will come, And what are they realizing? That was a futile thought, a vain imagination. This place is through. You can't make America great again. You can't heal Babylon. It's inevitable. All right? So all all the expansions, all the people, the workers that they hired, what are they turning around and doing now? Trimming the fat. And what does it say? And challenging markets. Yeah, nobody's buying nothing. Nothing's moving in Babylon. Nobody can afford to buy. Everybody's tapped out. Okay? So it says, for example, Dell said it was cutting its workforce as a part of broader cost-cutting measures. It reportedly removed nearly 6,000 jobs at a time when the demand for Dell PCs slowed down, causing an 11% drop in the Q4 revenue. So as you can see, these are significant chunks of the workforce being culled, okay? And if you're doing the math, the numbers are getting astronomical, okay? But you ain't seen nothing yet. It's going to be no work in this bitch shortly. So let's read a little bit more. It says, Amazon and Meta, which went on a hiring spree post-demic due to demand for their services, have recently laid off its employees, citing surplus of staff being redundant. Again, they're trimming the fat. A lot of these positions are like they said, redundant. And who's really going to be affected the most behind these layoffs? The restructuring of the workforce. You women. A lot of the jobs that women do are redundant. Okay? Unnecessary. So it says Z Entertainment Enterprises Limited said it was overhauling its technology and innovation center on the advice of the management, which means cutting down expenses by 50% and restricting the teams. Again, the rise of the machines, AI, artificial intelligence, which we know that's just another step to this new world order. It's all this is all by design. International Business Machine Corp, IBM, in March also announced layoffs in its marketing and communication division, the CNBC reported through, though it has not given a specific number. And again, it's not just limited to Babylon the Great. Germany announced they were in a recession. The UK announced they were in a recession. So how the hell can Babylon the Great not be in a recession? Okay? Bullshit. We've been in a recession. We're heading to the greatest depression ever. German software company SAP announced its restructuring plan in January, adding that it will affect over 7% of its staff. That is roughly 1 million. What's that? No, that's off. It should be. I think that they got the comments wrong. It should be 108,000, I believe, employees. The company wants to expand its growth through artificial intelligence as it aims to become cloud-centric. So again, a lot of it is being blamed on, the rise of AI, making things more efficient. So you get the idea. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but if you're doing the math, you can see, man, everything is starting to take its toll, man. Okay, and it's all prophecy because we're in these times. This is the times that we're in, but you ain't seen nothing yet. So, two scriptures we know, we bring them out all the time, but it's pertinent, okay? Isaiah 19:15, neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. And we broken record, America is known also spiritually as Sodom and Egypt, okay? Egypt representing bondage, all right? And there's going to be no work, from the most minuscule job to the most extravagant, high-powered job, from your goddamn garbage collector, your janitor, all the way up to your goddamn, CEOs, of your Fortune 500 companies. It's gonna be everything is coming to a screeching halt, and it's all by design, The brother Zachariah brought back to my memory, Esau's ready to roll out that UBI, okay? And what's coming right behind it? That charagma. Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now, I'm close out here. Again, Salakia, every time I go to do a video on the damn Satan, my allergies flare up, man. Fucking Satan. But, Adawan Ratazadis was edifying, exhorting, and comforting to the elect, straight into the point. I'm always speaking on the layoffs because that's a major sign to watch the economy. This current economy, this current fiat fiscal system, this current way of buying and selling has to collapse. Why? Because Esau's about to usher in a new way of buying and selling. And it's going to be digital. And it's going to be spearheaded by that MOTB, that charagma. And he's going to force it upon you through hard times. So Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the power of you tribes, no other nation. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. We keep telling you evil days, evil times, bad times are on the horizon. Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, Daniel 12:1, a time like never before. All hell is about to break loose. This devil is about to come down with great wrath, knowing that he have but a short time, per Revelation 12:12. Nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon, or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. And the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And that's the point. That's the times that we're coming into, when the grinding is low. When you look out the windows and it's dark. It's hopeless. No hope, no work, no food, looting, rioting, shooting, martial law, civil unrest, chaos, bad times when you look outside, Hey, so now is the time to seek the Lord while he may be found. Now is the time to store up these righteous works, these righteous acts in heaven, you know? Now is the time to put on as the elect, offend as least as possible, to fight, to push, because we're close, man. Our redemption is nigh. Shalom. Wa abad babal. Kwam Yasharallah.